It's the real word. It's the real word. We on a mission and that's bringing y'all the truth. You know the problem, but we get into the root. The devil watching, yeah, he always on pursuit. But Jesus is our rock, so we shall not be moved. We on a winning team, so we can't lose. We say facts, cause we hitting y'all with proof. Started from the bottom, now we standing on the roof. As God as our witness, we gon' make it to the moon. When you want the truth, the world be hiding it. This the real word, we providing it. We got Ace, BK, Truth, Rick Star, and we plan to make a movie like it's Pixar. We came a long way from the plantation. We just tryna save your souls from damnation. So if you down with the message, tune in every week. It will lead you to the message that you seek. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
Season 10, episode 8. Shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's helped us this far, so far. I'm here with my co-host. Introduce yourself.
Sidney, Pierre, coming from Maranatha French SDA in Queens.
Shout. And big shout out to everybody that helped and support our turkey drives, both our turkey drives, everyone that donated, everyone that gave out, everyone that came out to a turkey drive. We was able together to donate a total of 72 turkeys. And shout out to Sidney and his family, of course, that donated 20 turkeys. So shout out to them. Shout out to Food Bazaar. Shout out to Stop and Shop. Shout out to everyone that gave, everyone that donated to the Real Word Ministries, Inc.
And also shout out to everyone who helped Operation Donate 2 Turkeys be a success. We had about 200 turkeys donated. I'm just grateful that we was able to help Rickard out and also basically collaborate with each other because we was on the phone hand in hand. So I'm just happy, and I hope that this continues where we get not just turkey, we do the toy drives, we can do some more clothes drives. My family involved as well. So
facts. So we was talking about the vision board, right? I have a board in this office, and it says, "Help me God with the following." The first one is to obtain an LMSW. I have an MSW, which is a Master's in Social Work with a clinical concentration from Fordham University. My main goal is mental illness and also the effects of poverty on people's mental illness. And my case study population was Brownsville, Brooklyn. I also did a year and a half studying psychotherapy, CBT and DBT under Stephen Schneider of the Brian West Psychology firm. So that's one of the reasons why I want to get the license and eventually get the licensed clinical social worker, just to stay in the clinical social worker realm and also to give psychotherapy and to go into private practice.
So you want me to continue off the last question, which was
yeah. So
basically, doing what you do, what was the worst experience as a social worker you had to deal with?
I remember working in a shelter. I guess that was the most difficult, working with that population. It's a very difficult population to work with, the MICA population. I'll say, I guess, the constant fights, having to deal with so much violence on a regular day basis. After a while, you become numb to it. Mm-hmm. I remember when I first transitioned out of the shelter into permanent housing, I remember, the first few weeks, I barely had any calls or emails, and I was like, hey, what's going on? Because I was used to so much calls and emails, and it was like, yo, you're going to see the difference of pace is really different. And, going from over 200 clients to going down to
50,
50, it was a big change, So I was able to more so focus on the small population that we have and more so cater to them specifically.
Okay. So I would say it's just, you're talking about the shelter that was up in Washington Heights you was working at?
All of them. The one in Washington Heights, the one on Atlantic Avenue, the one downtown Brooklyn on Tillery. It's a couple of them that I worked at. Okay.
Alright, so number 2 is pay off all outstanding debts. So that's a big one.
Yeah.
Especially for black people, because we don't...
Yeah. I think that's a big thing. For all of us, we all accumulate debt in life, and then, it's almost like the money, your income versus to your debt, right? Mm-hmm. The debt to income ratio, you got to pay off your debt to a certain extent, but you also got to maintain a certain lifestyle. You try to maintain your lifestyle to the best of your ability, obviously, depending on what your degree of lifestyle is. Everybody's degree of lifestyle is
It's different, yeah.
So, I try to pay off the significant debts as much as I can just to maintain a good positive credit score and to be able to maintain and be able to pay off certain things and live a certain way.
So you eventually want to become debt-free?
Yeah. I mean, I've done it a couple times, but every time you gotta move to a certain level, you gotta use a certain amount of money.
Yeah,
of course. So
you eventually gotta take loans out or some things.
Yeah.
But so right now, are you still using credit cards for things, or?
No, I try my best not to. The only time I really use credit cards, honestly, is when I travel.
That's what I'm saying, like the JetBlue card, because that goes points and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when I use cards the most, and big expenses. But for the most part, like I'm able to live okay, off the money that I make.
I mean, you look good, bro. Anyone on social media knows my man looks good, so.
I live okay, bro. I live okay.
Like, listen, you being humble with it. All right, so number 3, save a down payment for a property. So my question is, what do you mean? Like, as for a property, talking about for a house for you to live in eventually, or something you can rent out to?
So, we have the family office that holds multiple properties, but then we also have the LLC, right? The Real Word Reality, where dreams become a reality, where we purchase buildings, and eventually we want to develop the buildings to do supportive housing, where we provide housing to people with mental illness or other sickness and diseases. So we want to go into commercial real estate. Obviously, the first move into that was the church, right? We did the closing on that. That was a $2 million project. And so we're moving on to other bigger projects. So the next move now, like I said, either get a commercial property that has retail and housing up top, or to get like just another building just for, real estate purposes to bring in an income. If you could get one that's like multiple family and then we have one just for Airbnb, like that would be good too, or maybe a daycare just to bring in some more into. Because remember I told you we just recently paid off some other debt, some other properties. So, that should been able to free up some some equity.
Okay.
So with that equity you can purchase more and then, just keep going.
Okay.
Depending on what it is you're trying to do. But the goal is commercial property, like hotels, bigger buildings that'll bring in more.
So that's your long-term goal, like basically.
Commercial. Yeah,
okay.
Commercial.
Okay. So next, which we continue to build businesses, I think that goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying, because real estate is basically business.
Yeah, real estate's the biggest business, and we started off that. We started on that early. My father taught me a lot, how to manage property, how to pay bills, expenses, how to balance a checkbook, how to pay off invoices, how to hire people. Same thing you see me do at the church all the time, hire contractors. You see how we do over there,
I mean, there's a little disruptions over there, This,
yeah,
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, just the way we carving that out and building it from brand new, and just continue to build avenues and businesses where we're able to flourish. Like right now, I'm thinking about building something where we actually selling things, but we just gotta get behind a good product that we can sell and build money from.
We got hoodies. We can make some hoodies.
Yeah, but hoodies, everybody does hoodies, bro. And that's.
I mean, you come up with a hoodie with a fire design.
Mm.
Listen, that was something you marketed like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it can work.
Maybe.
Okay, so number 5, bring back the Real Word TV, which
We did.
Cross that out the list.
And then it says and start posting sermons. For those that's like, what does that even mean, start posting sermons? Let me show y'all something real quick. Because, let me see. See all of these? These are all sermons that I never posted. Like, and it's getting ridiculous. Cause
Yeah, why don't you try to post them on your TikTok? Like, try and post like clips to see if one of them would go viral.
No, I had a couple go viral. A couple, more or less. See, look at this.
Only 28 minutes?
Yeah, I usually preach only 30 minutes. I don't go too crazy.
Dang.
See, man, I gotta admit the drip when I preach. Look at the drip. Look at that drip. Look at the drip. Look at the drip. Hold on. You see, y'all seen blue, y'all seen red. Look at purple.
Where's the one where you was at Herman? I see you preaching at everyone else's church but your home church.
Nah, that's when we was at Billy, you remember?
Oh yeah, cause y'all had the shit. Okay.
Yeah, we was at Billy. But I I'm at the new location.
Then you only like to preach for about 30 minutes.
A lot of other
This was
sermons.
an hour.
Yeah. A lot of other sermons I've lost over the years. Like some of them I had recorded and then I just end up losing them. Like I have them out for too long. Look at this Burberry under the suit. Ah, I'm killing them.
Well, I mean, yeah, you should preach them. You should post them.
That
Where's the one where you was at, Katie? Do you have that one? Is that?
It's this one, but it doesn't play. It's gonna turn off. It's gonna say playback issue, but it's on the Kid website. I gotta just download it off the Kid website.
Okay.
And then this is one of the ones I got professionally edited already.
You look, you about to cry?
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's why one of the goals was obviously to post some of the stories and content. Content equals to product. So we often say what product. As a matter of fact, the other day I got a check from Facebook. I guess the stuff I've been posting has been creating a revenue, but it was like $5.
You ain't give me $250, bro.
But still, like, it's making a little bit of money off of what we've been posting, you know. So content equals to product. The more people that watches it, the more bigger it becomes and the more viral that it goes. And you know, just being on top of it. Like, you know, I got back with the video editor, so he's been editing the videos. He's up to episode 4 right now. We up to episode 8. So he's been doing this thing as he sent it to me. I've been putting them back on the RSS channel. That's a radio channel to put it on podcasts, to put it on Apple, Soundcloud, and Pandora. And then I've been uploading them onto YouTube. And then I'm about to send the new episode links to the people for the television station. So I just been getting back in tune. And then eventually, you know, I'm going to chop up the sermons and put the sermons out. So yeah, I got the content. It's just putting it out, you know, chopping it up, putting it out, getting the right people to help with that. Like, you know, that's the part. I
mean, for me, I love what we're doing, and I see the vision. Like, cause I see it could be bigger than what we imagined. Cause it was big at one point. So it's just like we are starting from over again. But you know, I can just see. I'd be thinking about what can we do as far as making this a bigger project. Like, how can we, like I said before, way back, hoodies was one. You were like, everyone does hoodies, but I'm like, we put everybody with a real word ministry. Like, is everyone just repping it?
Yeah.
They'll be like, yo, what's that? We got walking billboards. Like, we could think about it. Like, we give homeless, well, they're not cursed, but we give some homeless people a free shirt that says real word ministry. They're gonna be like, yo, what is that? And a bunch of people is wearing that. They're gonna be like, what is that? And they're gonna want to tune into the channel. I don't know if you're thinking like that.
But we would have to invest a lot of money in those.
I know, right? But you know, I know.
Yeah.
I think my thing was, we give samples out. I'm thinking like Nino Brown, but I was like, we get some samples out, let everybody see how they like it, and everyone's like, yo, these hoodies is, yo, what is this? People may not care about the design, but they all see a bunch of people wearing the same thing. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be like, what is this? Look it up. What's the real ministry? And they see us talking and what we doing.
We don't need mad shirts or hoodies to do that.
I mean, we do, but we know people. We know enough people for us to do something like that. I know you're thinking about it though. It sounds like a dope idea. Like, yeah. But I mean, we gotta put money in it.
I tried it before where I gave out hoodies to all my boys, and each hoodie cost me like $40, $50.
I was thinking,
and they didn't really wear them like that. Like,
nah, but we gotta really be on people. But like I said, give it to all these people because they ain't got clothes. They gonna be picky and be like, nah, the color ain't. You giving me white? I want it black. Yeah. Shit, they'll take a free shirt. So I don't know. Alright, so next step, number 6, 120K to 150K salary / stash. So that's what I don't want to get too deep into that one because we should not know how much you're trying to save up.
Yeah. I think at least 150 in the stash is cool. I'm talking about 150 liquid cash. Just
on you? Like on you?
Yeah, just to have.
Like whether it's emergency or
yeah.
Okay, that's understandable.
Because with 150, you could borrow up to $1 million. I feel like because that's 10% right there. So you can move along with that, like 120, 150 in the stash. I think that's cool.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking about it. If you saying that you get $1 million loan, but you got 100 $100K down payment, but you had to struggle. Not saying you're struggling, but you really had to grind for that 100K. What makes you think like the banks would even loan you something like that if you?
Because you got 10%.
That's all you got, but there's no credit history.
You need the credit history, obviously, but you need 10%.
They gonna be like, what other transactions have you had where you borrowed this large amount of money? Not saying $1 million, but it's like
if you got 150,000 cash, bro, they giving you that money, bro. They giving it to you.
Okay.
At least half. At least 500K.
Okay, 500K I work with, but $1 million?
Yeah. I think if you have a salary of at least 150 and you got 150 in the stash, you Gucci, because that's what, like, that's 300K right there. Like, you probably spend like maybe 80, 90, 60 for the year to live, and you probably could stash maybe 20, 30 out of that. You go.
Are you someone that follows the 50, 30, 20 budget rule, or like?
Yeah, I try, but I can't say that I do it all the time.
No, I try to myself. I mean, things happen. I feel like that it's a good rule. Like I was looking it up and I was reading the book. Cause you know who made that rule?
Who was that? Chinese?
No, actually, I thought it too. I thought it was Robert Kiyosaki and them, but no, the person who made it was Elizabeth Warren.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Elizabeth Warren is? She was the senator from Massachusetts who ran for president like twice.
But lost.
Yeah, of course she lost. Like you see, but she wrote this book with her daughter because she was a bankruptcy lawyer at Harvard, and it was basically talking about how us Americans we like to spend more than we make, which is true. And it was like, yo, this is how you're supposed to spend your money when you get your monthly income. This is how, but not everyone's gonna follow it because things do happen. Some people got more bills.
What 50% on bills?
50% goes to your bills. All your needs. Like, so your groceries, things like that. 30% goes to your wants. So we'll say clothes shopping. No, because clothes shopping does fall as a need. But, Off-White,
and then 20%
goes to your savings or your ending debt, which I don't think that would work. You think? Because I'm like, I was actually think 20% could go to pay some of your loans. Like, I don't know.
That's crazy.
But that's basically how I was reading it.
The math got to come back into focus for today because that math does not work for
us. That was like 20% going to pay your debts. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you split with your savings. I don't know. Number 7, complete construction / legal for 620 East 102nd Street, which is Herman. So what do you mean? I mean, the construction is basically done.
Well, yeah, no, not really. Cause remember the basement.
You got the basement and stuff like that, but
that's
ain't nobody know y'all. They see the church is complete when you
but
get there.
But it's not. We still gotta do the basement. We still gotta do the racetrack around so that people are able to go to the bathrooms from the back of the building.
Okay.
And we still gotta add the elevator. We still gotta add the staircase. And then we still gotta eventually change the face, like take the gates off. And the goal was to put
Why you want to take the gates off?
Brick. Put like glass brick instead of the heavy gates. Put the thinner gates and then glass brick. There's no one be trying to pull those gates up, bro. You remember that one time you pulled those gates up with me?
Yeah,
you're like, oh man.
I was struggling. You're like, yo, bro, you need to start pulling. You need to start working out. This is hard. And he was like, especially you said it around this time.
Yeah, the winter time, it'd be freezing. Bro. Like,
okay.
It burns when you pull.
So we mean / legal.
Oh, the legal setup. We had to file for construction permits. We had to file for the tax write-off to take the taxes off the building. Because remember, it was a commercial building. It used to accrue, I think, like $20,000 a month on taxes. So we had to. Yeah, I had to do all that. And lucky for them, I have a legal background. I was able to do the application. Now I got to apply for $40,000 that the city owes for the closing taxes that we paid. For the taxes that we paid at closing. So because we got the tax write-off, now they owe us a refund.
Okay.
But no one else have done it so far, so I guess I got to do it. And then, after we hired the architect had to do the DOB now, applications for the plans that they filed, for the plans that they drew so we could file it, for the back wall, the big wall that we have. And for the other work that we're going to do, we had to hire an architect and an engineer to do the plans. Then once they did the plans, we submitted to DOB. Then we had to pay a filing fee, then the applications, and I had to hire other people to do other work in the building. So, those were the legal processes. And then we had caught a violation for the sidewalk, had to hire contractor for that. You know, different stuff that come up. You know,
Okay.
that they just look at each other and then we eventually gotta figure it out.
So far, like, would you say Herman is basically your biggest project that you did up to this date?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because yes, in the sense that for church it's a $2 million project, but no, I work a $13 million building for my 9 to 5, so it's like.
Yeah, but that's not gonna. That's not. I mean, actually, I was gonna take back what I said, because I would say the work you do there is not gonna be what's gonna get you up. Not gonna, but that is what you do. But the work you do is like you taking care of God's people. So
yeah, but it's the same thing. I'm still managing those same buildings, still improving it. Like still had a lot of things to do. Still building up on both programs.
So I have a question. So you feel like if Herman ever got too big, would you just purchase another building, or you just try and raise it like?
We have the land, and we can go up. That'll be a bigger project. I think Ebenezer's doing something like that at their church.
Ebenezer in Brooklyn on John's place?
Yeah, it's where they're rebuilding the building. I'm not sure how that's going, but
I thought it was just renovating.
Yeah, but they tore down the whole building to rebuild a new building, yeah. If you drive by there, you'll see it.
So where they at now, at least? Like?
They're renting a church up the block, they're saying, or in that neighborhood.
Okay.
So I would say like more or less like we would do something like that, just build it up. But the goal is where the cafeteria is now to break that part and make it part of the whole sanctuary. Bring the sanctuary all the way back there. So the whole dining area is downstairs. So that would make the church bigger.
Okay, so that means you would have to get rid of the stage.
No, you will push the stage back.
Oh, so you just put... Dang, okay.
Yeah, the stage is movable.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought because I'd be thinking once the stage is there, stage is the stage. Like I never seen nobody lift it up or nothing.
We bought it in pieces, so
okay.
We put it together. Me and my boy. Shout out to the boy Free. Me and Free did that.
Is that the one you went up to Connecticut?
Yeah, me and the boy Free did that.
All right.
And shout out to my boy Dukins. We went to the city and got that stage for the sound booth, and you see how that came out. So
yeah, the sound booth looked nice. He did, I just saw it, and I think he did a great job, especially with the Mexican dude. But in all jokes aside, he did do a great job adding a sound booth to Herman. So now what's next is just probably completing it and then putting all the stuff back there, all the computers and stuff back there.
Order the equipment, set up the sound equipment, and then after that, then we could go fully into the basement, because that was the whole big thing. The sound is trash. The sound is trash. So now
it wasn't the sound. I don't think it was the sound was trash. I was just when I'm there, it's just the mics be going out. So we just be like, yo, what's going on? Like, you guys didn't pay the electricity bill or something?
No, that's not true. This guy thinks no one pays their bill.
That's crazy. So I was like, yo, why the mics keep going out, bro?
Yo, I don't know what was going on with that. And I mean, like, we were trying to figure it out, but hey, man.
It's kind of crazy. It kind of fell on you more because that's not really communications. Is really not your department, but
it's not.
But you do what you gotta do to take care of the church, so it's understandable.
Yeah. You gotta look out. You gotta look out for your people. So
even though they're not looking out for you sometimes, man.
I mean, be like that. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, So sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches and deal with whatever's coming your way. Like, you can't take it personal. Like, I try my best not to take things too personal. Especially,
me too.
Like, in a leadership position. Like, there's a lot of other stuff you gotta do. There's a lot of people depending on you. And you just gotta do the best you can. Like, one of the things that my coworkers praise me for the other day is my patience. I try my best to have patience. I pray to God for patience every night, because that's kind of hard to have.
Facts.
So, I just try to be patient and try to stay focused.
I'm the same way, because I feel like with me, growing up, I was someone that was kind of impatient. Like, I felt like, if things need to get done, or if anything I want, it has to happen. It has to happen now. What happened? Oh, look up. So I was just, I kind of, when I grew up, I realized, listen, good things do come to people who wait. And also, it also just builds discipline. Like, you know, eventually you're going to get what you want, what you ask for, because God listens. My mom always used to say God looks down high. It sits on high but looks down below. And he's listening to everything you asking for. So when it's time, he'll give it to you, you know. So I think with me at a young age, especially ripe age of 20, about to be 21 in a few months, I see a lot of my peers, like, they lack patience. Like, they're like, yo, I need a car. I need the fastest car. I need the AMG. I need the Benz M3. I need the BMW M3. And I'm just like, yo, like,
BMW M3.
but I'm just like, yo, like, where y'all live? Like, where y'all live now? Y'all with y'all parents. How y'all gonna maintain a car like that? You know, like, my thing is, like, I know eventually one day I want a car like that, but I gotta work hard to it, you know. Remember you was like, earlier today we was talking, and I was like, y'all want a spot? And he's like, I got a spot for you, get in the basement. And I was like, nah, I want a whole floor like you. He's like, bro, that's a lot of money. I'm like, you right. In due time, I will eventually get to that point.
Yeah, you don't think about it, because you got to furnish every room. You got to keep every room clean. It's like, it depends on what your style and what your taste is. Just keeping it open, you know?
Patience is key, bro. And that's why I love what we're doing now, because I could see that it could be bigger than what we can imagine before.
Yeah,
it could be like,
if everybody put in work, even into this.
I mean, yeah, if everyone just put in work, but at least we plant the seed. Like, even if it's just me and you or Sanders, but the seed is still there.
Yeah.
And when you throw a seed in it could blossom to something beautiful.
Facts. Shout out to Sanders. He did his thing the other day. This past Saturday, he and his organization gave out plates of hot food, as well as they did.
Oh yeah, memory of his mother. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. And they did their clothing drive as well, where they gave away clothes to the people in the community. So shout out to them as well, you know.
But I mean, so I have a question for the Real Word Ministry podcast. Like, what can you imagine us doing, like, 5-10 years from now?
I mean,
cause I was like, yo, we can have like a DJ Flag type of environment where we can interview people, like actually known people. Not, you know, SDA community is cool and all, but like we can interview people that are like well known.
Yeah, I think the furthest I got was like
Q the boss.
Yeah, shout out to Q. Q did come on the show.
Yeah,
but I did have like local celebrities. I did have politicians come on the show, bro. I did. Like, we helped get Mercedes Narcisse elected for city council woman. She came on the show twice. We also had assembly person come on. We had Shan Duke McFadden, aka Trife Gangster. He came on. We had a couple people pop out and show love. A couple artists. But I understand what you're saying. You're saying, like, you know, to keep growing the brand, growing it bigger. And like I said, that takes a lot of investment. A lot of people don't know a lot of this. I pay for it alone.
You told me. You paid like, a pretty penny.
Yeah, like a lot of these people talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna hold you down. That's where that paying off outstanding debts come from, you know. And so a lot of niggas like, yo, I got you, bro. Yo, where the show coming? Remember, I'll tell you. Yeah. Man, people talking about, oh yo, bro, when the show coming back?
And when you brought it back, they're like, oh, you replaced me with me.
Yeah. Or they be like, yo, I tell them like, yo, the show's back. Like, when you gonna come on? Like, oh, I don't know yet. So it's like, come on, man. Like,
That says, I mean, like me. Listen, me.
Oh, you missed one on the list.
Which one?
LSAT retake.
Oh, LSAT. We was gonna get into that though, but like I said, you know, it's sometimes it's difficult for me to come to Brooklyn. So, but I still make time, you know, to come here. Because I gave Rickard my word that, and I was the one that was basically on you. Pause, yeah. But I was really, remember, I was like, yo, when you gonna bring this back? We can bring this back together. Like, we can do this. You know, I'm young, you old.
Why was you so focused on that?
Because I saw what my uncle was doing. You know, rest in peace to him. But I saw what he was doing. I'm like, yo, I'm big on someone. Well, one day, I'm going to get myself out there. I'm going to help people. Why not have a platform to do it? You got the platform and you allow me to be on it. So it just goes hand in hand. So I was like, man, you ain't going to charge me to be on the show.
I should.
Yeah, but I was like, you ain't going to charge me to be on the show. And I'm telling you, like, we got this idea. We can get this person on there. Got guests coming soon. Very soon. But yeah, I'm just thinking, well, if I'm part of something like this, that from scratch, who knows? I can build from it. I always tell my mom I can help build it to something beautiful. You know.
Fact. I mean, when I started, like I said, I wanted to get the studio. We got the studio. We wanted to get on television. We got on television. We wanted to make it on Spotify. We got on Spotify, Apple, Pandora. And then after a while, I was like, all right, it wasn't. It was costing me more than it was making me. So after a while, I was just like, yeah, I ain't got time for this.
But I feel like I said, like, there's gotta be ways. Not to say money is everything, but money is kind of everything. But, you know, because that's how the world runs. Like, there's ways for us to get money and make this a profitable business where you can see a return on your investment.
Yeah.
I mean, not now, but eventually in due time, because, you know, yeah, of course you want to see the money that you put in.
Look, right now, 245 videos. That's 245 episodes that's on YouTube right now.
Are episodes?
Huh?
Are episodes on YouTube or just Facebook? Because I only see the ones on Facebook.
Nah, these are all the latest ones. I put up the newest ones.
5 years ago, the latest one, bro?
This guy, man.
Oh, okay.
I put up the new ones yesterday, 1 day ago, you see? See? He's editing them. You see how he edited them?
That's fire.
And he put the thing on, so it looks, yeah, you see?
Yeah, we really started 2 months ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, so...
We gotta wrap the season up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, all that is growth, you know, and all that is money. Like, the YouTube promotion, $100 a month. The video editing, $20 a video. You know, ads, at least $20 an ad.
But does an ad, don't we get money from ads?
AdSense, like, if you hit enough people, that's what I'm saying. Like, the other day I made the post went crazy. I got $5. But...
You bet you bought mean chopped cheese with that money.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that doesn't happen all the time. Is what I'm saying. Like being real.
But the fact that you could get one though, just think like even if it doesn't happen, but the fact that you got a check.
Yeah.
But so imagine the work we put into it.
Yeah. But it's a lot of work left to do. So
facts, no.
And you said you was gonna help me with the video editing, and you fly.
Well, with the video editing, I was like, and the video editing, I was like, man, but I don't mind.
I'm talking about the short videos for Facebook and Instagram.
I don't know how to do that. I might have to get somebody to do that.
Yeah, there's an AI app that does it for you, bro. You just gotta pull it through and pick. But they just gonna get on it because you know all that takes time, all that takes focus, but it's like
I don't even want to give excuses because I did tell you I would do it though. Like,
yeah, you did.
I mean, school about to finish, so why not? You know, the semester about to finish. All right, step number 8, LSAT retake.
Yeah, for those that don't know, my first 2 degrees was in pre-law paralegal. I had originally started. Well, when I first graduated high school, I didn't know if I wanted to go to college, but my parents wanted me to study something medical-wise, you know, Asian parents.
Lawyer, doctor, engineer,
yeah.
That's their big goals. Which I didn't understand back then, but I realized it's guaranteed jobs and they pay, well, the work you got put into the time, but,
yeah,
you know, you'll be good.
So eventually, I got into City Tech, New York City College of Technology, CUNY, into the dental hygienist program.
Wow.
But,
that's ironic.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why that's ironic after we're done.
So I failed biology 3 times and was placed on academic probation, and then I had to register as an out of country resident. I mean, as an out of state resident for the college because my grades were so poor. So during that time, I just had an epiphany. I'm like, yo, I'm wasting my time here, and then I switched I was like, yo, either switch majors or drop out. Because after I finally passed biology, after that I had anatomy and physiology. I'm like, I'm not passing that.
I got a lot of nursing friends. They like, that class is no joke. But me, I'm like, but isn't it just memorization? But like, they were like, you can have like one thing and it can mean the thing. It's like, let's say it's one body part, it would mean like 3 different things, and you gotta remember like what it's pointing at. I'm like, what?
And I remember I had macrobiology. I'm like, oh nah, it's time for me to go. So I just switched my major to pre-law. Paralegal studies. So I had graduated with a degree in paralegal studies, and then my first job out of college was working in a Social Security disability law firm, Bender and Bender. So it was out in Newark, New Jersey.
to cross the bridge.
Yeah, by Newark Penn Station, and then I had transferred to the Long Island City office eventually, and then that company went bankrupt. But in between all that, I was applying for law school, taking the LSAT. I think I took the LSAT like 3 times or something, some crazy number. And then I would always take it, and I even took the study courses where you pay people to help you study for the classes.
Yeah, because I had my law professor at my school, she told me a way, because she's like, I told her, yeah, eventually I want to go to law school and become a corporate attorney. And she was like, here's how you can pass it. She was like, you got to take the practice test over and over, because, it's a standardized test. So it's like, it's the same questions. They might just change the words around. But she was like, take the test, take it over and over. Like every 3 months, take the practice test over and over so you can familiarize yourself with the questions. So then when you get to that point where you actually do take the exam, you know what they're gonna throw at you. And I was like, dang, that's a little time consuming. She was like, no, she's not 3 months. She said once every month do that for like the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, a lot of people do that. And then I got waitlisted by Cardozo Law School, I think twice. I waited like 6 months to get into that school twice, so that's like a year. So all in all, I think I took like 3 years, because I think I finished college when I was 26, maybe.
Okay.
I finished college, and then I spent like 3 or 4 years working on my legal career through that time until I switched majors. No, I ended up, while being waitlisted for law school, I got a call from Fordham for the Masters in Social Work, and I ended up doing the Masters at Fordham University. So that's what ended up happening. But eventually, like after I get my clinician license and I'm doing private practice, I want to eventually go back and try to do the LSAT. Maybe, like,
I don't know if you feel like you'd be making too much good money to the point where you're like, damn, do I really want to become a lawyer? Because once you get the LSAT, that's another 4 or 5 years you're gonna put in to get passing law school.
Yeah.
Now you gotta take your bar exam right after that. Now you gotta prepare for the bar exam.
my goal is, if I could be a lawyer by 50, I'll spend my last 15 years before retirement as a lawyer. You understand?
Respectable. I respect that. Okay.
Yeah. And by that time, maybe become a judge, because
We need more black judges.
Yeah,
we
you're
need
not
more
really
Haitian
doing much.
judges.
So-
Facts.
So I feel like my career has evolved in parts. Like, remember, I started as a paralegal, and then I went to caseworker, case management, and then from there I went to specialist. From specialist I went to supervisor. Then I went to clinical director, assistant director, then program director. So from there now, because of my position now, it's only what's the next position? Assistant vice president, vice president. Then it's like corporate after that, because I'm already in middle management.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only corporate after that. Assistant vice president, then CEO, CFO, all of those. And those, you either need a finance degree or a law degree most of the time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a fact, yeah.
So,
Man, damn, you got a lot of goals, especially, which is surprising. Not surprising, because I know how ambitious you are.
look how many things I checked off, though.
But it's like, but a lot of people your age, it's like, once they get a job like yours, they're like, I'm done. Like, this is what I want to do for the next 20, 25 years. So,
it's just a stepping stone.
like that's the way I think. Like, everything is a stepping stone. Everything you do, you're supposed to evolve and get and progress as something better.
Yeah.
And then, you live life comfortably until the day you're not here no more.
Right.
But right now, it's the best time to be hustling.
I got about 25 years left in my career, right? About 28, 29.
Yeah, because 65, but people be working past that.
And me, I want to finish by like 20 more years. So in 20 more years, I'll be 57. So I think that would be good. So I think in the next 20 years, I could do a lot.
That's a lot. You got a lot of time in 20 years. That's one thing my dad used to always preach. He'd be like, yo, don't let time pass by like that, because sooner before you know it, 10, 15, 20 years will be gone. Like, you're 37 now. You think about it, like, you shit, like, damn, like, what was I doing 10 years ago? What was I doing 15 years ago? Like, time just flew by.
Because if I would have started earlier, I would have been even further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minor setback, major comeback. You got to think about it, some things like that.
Yeah. But if I knew what I knew back then, I would have probably been sitting on a good amount, I think. Because, we touched a lot of money in our lives. Money is just... But...
You can't take none of that with you, though. You can't always have that mentality.
Yeah, you live and you learn. You live and you learn and you get lugs, right? Lugs. So what are some of your goals? Because you look at my goals and you're like, okay, so what are you?
Well, my goals was, one thing about me, I always wanted to be an entertainment executive. Like, I looked up to Puffy and Master P. I love music. Even though I was someone that didn't know how to play an instrument, but I love music and I know music for sure. So I would always be like, yo, one day I want to have my own entertainment company. I want to have a movie. I want to have a movie studio. I see like Tyler Perry be doing and like things like that because I love the entertainment world. Like,
I get it. So this is like a little intro into it, kind of.
But because basically that's why I was like, okay, I study something concrete. I study business now because I study business. I study global business management at Farmingdale. And I was like, okay, eventually when I get a job or I get a master's or something. My goal is to raise my GPA, something good, then so law schools can even look at me. Get my master's in something easy, probably, I don't know, business administration, something like that. Probably take 2 years in that alone. And then I would start preparing myself for the LSAT, look into law school. Because, and with law school, I always told you, sky's the limit. Like, no disrespect to Fordham or nothing, like, but I wanted to go to Yale, I wanted to go to Harvard, to Princeton, because, not a lot.
Fordham plays against them in the football league and basketball.
Yeah, but I'm like, I mean, when you look at, like, not to glaze, but you see Suits, episodes of Suits, they be like, yo, if you're not from Harvard, bro, we're not even looking at your application.
They higher up. Yeah,
so I was like,
next tier.
I'm like, yo, I gotta go. And I'm always just trying to think of ways to make my family proud because I always look at the sacrifices my parents and my grandparents made, and
that makes sense.
So it's like, yo, you can't. I don't like mediocrity. Like, I can't settle for something. No disrespect to people in 9 to 5s, but it's like I don't want that to be my life. Like, I know eventually I want to have a business where, I can profit from that business.
As you should.
So that's basically what my goals was. And eventually I would get into a good law school, I give myself 4 to 6 years max, and I'll eventually become a corporate lawyer because that's what I want to practice is corporate law. Criminal attorneys make good bread, but that's not really me. But yeah, and I eventually have my own law firm, have my own practice, and that will eventually lead into entertainment because you're reviewing people, like they have people to review their contracts and people start. No, I'm just saying this is what I'm saying. This is how I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, people start messing with you. They see that, yo, you good at making people make money on certain contracts. Yeah. Eventually, I can start enough money to have my own entertainment company and have my own like movie studio. That's how I think. So, like you said, you got 20 years. That's what I'm thinking for the next 20 years. Cause I know, listen, it would be nice for me to accomplish this in the next 5 years. But that's not realistic. Rome wasn't built in a day. So that's why I'm just thinking, yeah, sky's the limit for me. Like, I always looked at some of my friends who was gangsters, or not gangsters, they were like street, how they are, YNs. I'm like, y'all want to run the streets, but y'all never thought about running the world? Like, y'all never thought about what life is outside of New York? Like, that's how I'm thinking. Like, eventually, once I get my degree, I want to go to Atlanta. Like, I want to move down to Georgia because, like, that's, like, the black epicenter for everything. Like, all the black professionals is down there. Like, I remember I told you I always wanted to go to Morehouse. So, yeah, I want to go to Atlanta. Because, yo, I go to Atlanta, they got their own billboards. What black dudes you see with their own billboards up here? That have their own law firm,
I guess no one wants to, I guess.
Also, I feel like it's a southern thing. I see more billboards being used down south. I don't really see people use billboards up here.
Salino and Barnes do, and so does that.
Just Barnes. Guy. I mean.
Yeah, Barnes now, and the other guy, Morgan.
But with them, I'm talking about like with them. You see that every time you hop on the highway, you see that. Like, you just see a billboard, and like, yeah, eventually I want to move. Yeah, I want to have businesses all around the country.
Okay. I mean, I think we was able to build the brand so far, and even you, now that you got like a background look at the things we've done, the website, the plaques, the different things, you see like how long we've been doing it, and
10 years,
and the growth that we've had so far.
Well, not 10. It was 7. Is it 7 years you started?
2018.
Oh yeah, 10. Yeah,
2018. So like altogether, I feel like we would have got even further, if we had more moolah, more money.
But eventually that will come. You never know what rich white person or
Really?
we never know who eventually people we doing like. Listen, let's give them a donation or let's invest in this show.
Yeah. Because I see a lot of people.
Because Gilly and Wallow, they ain't start from anything.
Yeah, and so but
dude came out of prison.
Yeah, but Gilly was a rapper. He had industry connects.
True.
Yeah,
he put his man's on,
and so did Wallow in a sense. Yeah, so none of them is like from us. Like we have no notoriety from nowhere.
I mean, you got.
Yeah, but that's all starting. Like I started. Like I mean, like no one gave me this clout, bro. No one was like, "I put me under the arm and gave me the clout, bro." It was like, nah, and it was never easy for me. Like, it's never easy for me.
But I mean, listen, like I said, I've envisioned what we can do, and you know, something that we can pass down to our kids, bro. Like just thinking about it, like it's just like just the fact that we have a brand, bro. No one can mess with that. No one can take that away from us.
That's true. There's a brand.
Like it's a brand. You got a logo and everything. What people gonna? Unless someone in India is gonna try and steal the Real Word Ministry, just try to steal it. But for now, it's yours.
Yeah. Nah, there's been some ops that have been trying to steal the website and do weird shit.
But I mean, listen, yo, you gotta be. You wouldn't be doing anything right if you didn't have ops. Like so, that just comes with the game.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be doing anything. If everyone liked you, don't you think that would be a problem?
Yeah, probably. See, this was the original studio.
Yeah, I recognize that one in the old videos.
That's the one we had at the little condo spot, at the little juju spot.
Yeah, I recognize. I'm thinking that's where you was gonna.
Oh no!
Take me here.
Nah, we don't got that spot anymore. I had to stop making other people rich. Yeah. That's the thing, like a lot of people, like, you know, move into certain spots where they pay a certain group of people a high amount of money to live in a certain neighborhood. But after a while, you're like, yo, when you do the math, you're paying these people $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year in rent. You're like, sheesh.
I might as well just own.
Yeah,
that's when
you paying them a whole salary, and just, you know.
I might as well try to save my own money to buy something that I can own. But then, don't you think about it, with that mentality, you start doing it to people. Like you rent out to people. So
you
now
have to though. It's a dog-eat-dog world. So if you don't do it to someone gonna do it to you. Unfortunately.
True. That's true.
Yeah. There's owners and renters. Bosses and workers.
So what stopped you from being a renter?
What stopped me from being a renter?
Well, what stopped you? Because I mean, you own now.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, what keeps you from renting? I guess. Or is that just your mental? Like, damn, why am I paying all this money, like every month? Or
I did it when, you know, I was married, because it was like a modern apartment. Like we were the first ones to move into a brand new building, and you know those buildings come with certain amenities, they call it, and you know certain lifestyle, you know, high ceilings and all that, but. More for that, like you know, it's not much else after that, bro. It's more for that. It's for like, you know, to show off. But it depends on your taste, like what you like, you know.
True.
Like eventually, what I want to do or what I want to get a big house, like a house big enough to display all my art, obviously, and then have big open walls, open ceilings. But I feel like that would be like. I want to say the retirement home, but that'll be my last house where I'm like, alright, this is my last.
Your last house should be a crib in LI, but you know.
Oh man, here you go.
I've been wanting Big Bro to move to LI, bro. Get away from the cutthroatness of Brooklyn.
Yeah, Long Island to me is, I don't know, maybe the spots that I'll be going to, it'd be whack to me.
Bro, you never been to my crib, bro. One of these days you'll be like, dang, it's quiet and peaceful out here, bro.
It's quiet out here too. It's not.
I don't know. I just heard the sirens, bro. I don't know about all that.
The floss is cool, bro. The floss is cool.
I got Brookline and Bayview, like.
Yeah, on the opposite sides.
But
I've been in Bayview. I've never been in Brookline. I dealt with one show.
That's really crazy because Brookline is right by the church.
I know. I'm saying I never been inside like the projects.
Oh.
Yeah, I never. Like, I used to deal with one shorty that used to live in Brooklyn, but I never been in her crib. And then she moved out to Far Rockaway. That's the Far Rockaway teens I had when she used to stay out there. But I used to have a homegirl that used to live in Bayview, and she used to throw parties. Shout out to Onika, Annika, and Margie.
Oh, is that you was telling me the story with... he was telling me that story a couple weeks ago about...
What?
The rooms, like, yo, if anybody's trying to get it on.
Oh, no. That was Cyprus. That was
like, I
Cyprus
remember you told me the story, like,
yeah. Shout out to Elena.
We was outside, bro. We go to the park, we try to get it on with anybody.
Shout out to Side Down.
It didn't matter if it was a car. If we didn't get a spot and go to the car, I'm like, what?
That was the time when Meek Mill's song came out. Meet me in the bathroom.
Yeah, you was telling me that.
I water running, her knocking on the door. She like, hold up. Real talk, man. Real talk. Got crazy in the bathrooms, man. It was a line out in the bathroom. Crazy, man. But that was the young days, man. When we was young, we used to have fun, man.
But you still be having fun, bro. Mister, you still be living, enjoying life, bro. Going to Jamaica,
man,
jumping off waterfalls and shit.
Yeah, busting my head open.
You still living life to the fullest, man.
Man, we be trying our best.
Ain't no putting no brakes on you, man.
Man, we be trying our best, man. You know, we try to do the best that we can, man. We work hard, so we play hard. You know what I mean? That's it.
I respect it.
Nothing too crazy. So what are some goals you got for the coming year since you're talking about goals?
Right now, my goal basically is just to do my thing in school.
How much more time you got left?
I got a year left, basically, and I got
2 semesters or 3 semesters?
This is 1 semester. I got like 3 semesters. I took a summer class to make sure I'm still on course.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do everything right, God's willing, May 2027, I should be graduating with my bachelor's degree and go with business management. And I'm like, yo, do I want to go into the workforce?
What else you want to do?
Or I'm just gonna get my master's, cause I was like, yo, if I get my master's, I want to go out of state. But then I'm like, why would I want to go out of state? Cause I live comfortably here. Like if I go out of state, I'm basically starting from scratch all over again.
Good schools. So you have Stony Brook, and you have a couple of the Long Island schools. Right?
Stony Brook is deep though.
Yeah. What else you have out there? There's a couple.
There's Stony Brook. There's Hofstra.
Yeah, it's Hofstra.
There's LIU.
LIU.
Malloy's out there.
Yeah.
Malloy is actually closest to me. Malloy is like 5 minutes away from me.
It's St. John if you want to do that one. Some Queens. No,
yeah, I feel like too many people go to St. John's. I feel like they let anyone and anybody in that school.
Ouch. Why you say that?
Because I just know the people that go to that school, and I'm like, yo, like, cause you know the thing with St. John's, they know they're expensive, but their thing is like, okay, I'll throw you a $20,000 scholarship. People who don't know anything, they think $20,000 is a lot of money, but for 4 years, especially for a school like St. John's.
Fordham right now is giving between $20,000 to $30,000 to do a master's in finance. If me or a direct relative want to go, they'll give them a $20,000 to $30,000 scholarship to do the master's in finance.
Shoot, so that means your daughter gotta go for them. Yeah, about to send your daughter to Fordham so you could.
Technically, if you went to Harvard, your kid will have a better chance of getting into Harvard too. You know that, right?
That's what I'm thinking about. You know what I'm thinking about? I was watching something on TikTok. I'm like, dang, like, why couldn't my parents been like alumni of those type of schools? Like,
you be a nipple baby, a nipple baby.
Ain't nothing wrong with that though. There's benefits of being one. Hella benefits. Like I always be thinking, don't you ever have that mentality? Like, damn, why wasn't I born rich? But I always say, like, I feel like if I was born rich, I don't think I would appreciate things the way I do. Like, I don't think I would appreciate my car. I don't think I would appreciate clothes that I have because I work hard for those things. No, I wouldn't see the value in them. So I'm happy I wasn't born rich, but I'm not happy I wasn't born rich. Because if I was born rich, I'd probably have some more things.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So outside of that, like, what do you think would be your main goal for next year? The one that you're gonna work on first?
Just school. Basically, school, and saving my money. School and saving my money, basically.
So you should do that then.
That's what I've been. He's graduating, but that's what I've been doing. That's what you've been doing for the past, I would say, year now. Been saving my money because I was someone who really, not saying I didn't take school seriously, but I looked at my GPA and I'm just like, damn, like it could have been higher. Like I was messing around. Like I could have been doing this, and then especially with saving my money, I'm like, yo, I spent my money on some nonsense. Like I could have, and some things I didn't even need. So I was like, man, I gotta start saving my money better.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Like you said, you went through a lot of money, bro. Sometimes you see like your W-2, and it's like, damn, you really took home this much. You only have this much in your account. That's how I be thinking. I'm like, yo, I gotta do better. Like I can't be living like this. Especially for someone who lives at home with my parents. Like I don't even spend that much bills.
But then you spend mad money on nonsense.
Exactly, because it's like, oh well.
I spend money on nonsense too. Like you see this thing right here on top of your head. I paid $350 for that.
Like SpongeBob, what is it? His head exploded.
Yeah, but they made it on site. Like it was something.
$350 record?
It was called Art Battle, where like the artists, is like 10 artists, they stand on the stage and they battle to see which one is the best. And as they go to the next round, they sell off the art. So I bought these two.
I'm gonna like your crib. It's nice. Like, I like the art. I'm someone like, if I had my own spot, I would have like, me. I like historical stuff, so I'm big into history. I would have more historical figures as like hanging up. Like I would have Martin Luther King somewhere. I'll probably have Jean-Jacques Dessalines or Henri Christophe somewhere, because I'm big into like history and things like that. You know, black excellence is for me. Like I actually got a copy of the Bill of Rights up here, and I was like, okay, that's fire. Things like that.
Yeah, I got different things. But on that note, we thank all you for joining us tonight. Shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's helped us to get this far. I'm about to go eat something. You know, a little hungry.
Me too. I'm starving.
You have any closing thoughts for the people?
Like I always say, just stay tuned and and continue to watch and continue to support us and eventually grow with us.
Yeah, facts. That's the only way.
You're witnessing something beautiful.
You are now in the presence of greatness. Oh.
He closes us off with a prayer, man.
Dear Heavenly Gracious Father, we thank you for this moment in time. We thank you for all that you've done for us, all that you continue to do for us. We ask that you cover us with your grace and your mercy, that you help us along the way, that you give us strength in times of need, and that you continue to be there for us. Help us to overcome any obstacles that may be coming our way. We ask you to bless us as individuals and to bless us as a collective, to bless this platform and all of the words and messages that we will provide to the people on it. Help us to continue to have the power to preach and the power to grow. In the name of Yeshua Jesus we pray.
Amen.
Pow.
See y'all later. Peace.
It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real